Hi, ELLE UK. Welcome to my home. I'm Bernie Yates. Come on in. So we're now in the lounge, which is the area where the whole family meet every day. I've got 4 adult children. I live here with 3 adult children. They all live upstairs, so they've each got their own bedrooms upstairs. And we've got this open plan area, if you like, which is our central hub of the house. And there's always lots and lots of people here. I've been living here for around approximately 15 years. Found this flat, very lucky to find this flat. It's a beautiful old solid apartment. The guy that used to live here was called Arthur Needles. And being a fashion designer, I was like, serendipity. Arthur Needles, loved that name. This is my dining room table. I was lucky enough to get it from Made actually before they closed, which was a real shame. I've got a little chair here, which is for Rain, my grandson. So over the table, I've got a wonderful portrait that all my children clubbed together to pay for. Fantastic artist, Conor Murgatroyd, and his work is incredible. So that proudly sits above our table on my lovely slate wall. Very proud of my slate wall, which is also in my hallway. I always think anything dark, because I love colours, it looks really nice against the dark ground. So I'm really, really proud of that. My vases and my pieces of furniture move around a lot. But at the moment I've got sitting on my table a beautiful vase which was made by Edward Mendoza. Above the table I've got 2 fringed lights, which actually came from IKEA. This was a beautiful lampshade actually that was given to me by a friend who bought it for herself, but luckily for me, didn't like it. And I make anything work and I make anything fit into the house. So I've gotten, and I absolutely love the fact that these little guys sitting on the bench in the park, and then there's someone lying on the bench in the park. So it's a wonderful sort of park scene. So it reminds me very much of living in this area. Seeing bright colours really cheers people up, and everybody who comes here is always amazed and uplifted by my apartment, and they always really love it. And I think a lot of people take a lot of ideas away and then start to add a few colours into their lives and realise how great and uplifting it is. So moving around to the other side of the lounge, got the kind of eating zone on that side. Here we've got the slouching zone, the Netflix zone, if you like, where we can sit and relax a lot more. We've got Ottoman here, and obviously Ottoman's got his favourite spot on the sofa, haven't you, Otto? Also over here, my love of books. So I've got the wonderful Campbell Addy photography book. Over here I've got my lovely Pikachu, and I was very lucky to find the Pikachu. It was a car boot sale or something. My son bought me this, I believe is Japanese. And down here, this little chap I got in Ecuador. Someone asked me this morning actually, did I paint the blue beard? I'd never actually noticed that before, but I thought that was quite funny. Of course, hanging up on the back, I've got my lovely Richard Quinn frock. In fact, the print that's hanging on is a beautiful print from one of our textile students at Central St Martin's. I happened to be in the print room one day and I saw that she was doing a strike off. So these were samples before she was going to put them into fabric. And I said, oh gosh, I'd love a piece of that. What I do is I dress places. I quite enjoy putting different colours together, different objects together. And it's quirky. It has to have a sense of humour. I don't take life seriously, and everything I do has to come with a bundle of fun or a laugh, or it's really not worth it. Welcome to the kitchen. Not huge. I don't think I can just about do that in here. Dutch pot, my Jamaican Dutch pot. It's called Jamaican Sun. That literally is our go-to in the kitchen. Not just our Jamaican and Caribbean food, but everything is done in there. So that's probably used more than the oven. And of course, the microwave. And the microwave has to be orange, like the fridge has to be orange. No two ways about it. This, another beautiful pot. I still wanted to dance again. I mean, wow, you know, I just loved that. I just had to get that from Murray's. My lovely rice pots made by Rice. Always have to have flowers. You've seen around the house, I always have to have fresh flowers. In my little office room, I've also got cloth flowers, but it's so nice to have fresh flowers. And now that I don't have a garden, it's even more important that I've got the fresh flowers in the house. My travels to Ecuador, I've got wonderful pots down here, all hand painted by the artisans in Ecuador. And each time I go, I get more, but I've got to stop buying more because we're running out of space. Beautiful china here, which I got from my grandma actually. So really very precious. Then I've got my wobbly bottom glasses, which my sister bought me. And when you've had a bit to drink around the dinner table and they kind of wobble like that, it can be a little bit distracting. But great fun. Here we are in my bedroom, the Bernie colours everywhere. On my back wall, I've got some sample pieces from, I think it was B&Q or somewhere as glamorous as that. And I just went in saying that I was doing up my bedroom and could they give me some samples. So I didn't have to pay for it. So I just cut the samples up, put them against the wall. With me, I don't look at what goes with, what pattern goes with what pattern or colour with colour. I just organically do it. This painting, actually lovely painting, was given to me by a really dear friend of mine. I really love these pieces. These I got in Ecuador and I think they're absolutely beautiful. I was drawn to them for the colour, but then I kind of love the sort of religious icon aspect of them. I've got this beautiful necklace here. And I'm very lucky to have a dear friend who teaches jewellery design at Central St Martin's, and I'm his muse. A bit of bling on it, but I absolutely adore it. Of course, it's not an everyday piece because it is made of china and it is plates. Some of the work I do with charities. One of my charities that I work with is sponsored by Alexander McQueen. I got a really nice gift from them of their rose collection. Beautiful dress up there. Jewellery pieces. I mean, this is a wonderful garment that was made by Ed Mendoza. And I like to hang my garments up in outfits and it changes. And sometimes they hang around the house or, you know, I decorate the house so that other people can see them too. So not everyone's going to be coming into my bedroom. This gorgeous jacket was made by my daughter. It's actually all knitted on the machine and she threaded these bits on. And then I love a bit of patchwork. So I've got my beautiful patchworks, which comes from vintage stores. This is an old quilt. It's reversible, which is incredible. So both sides are absolutely stunning. The work in that is beautiful. Beyond my lovely yellow light, I've got a beautiful canvas painting by Jo Self. These paintings she did, I think about 25 years ago. I met her in Brixton. I was doing a project at the 198 Gallery in Brixton and I met Jo there, wonderful artist. So I think this is my favourite space in the flat. We actually call it our selfie room. So we've got this wonderful mirror from Graham and Green, which takes fantastic selfies. I sit and work in here. The light's really good in here. My overhead light, again, is from IKEA. And actually each one of these, it was originally white. And each one of these individual flowers were separate and my son spent hours spraying them all for me. But I like it in here. It's a really nice place to work. I can close the door if I want to, but I tend to leave the door open. I've got some lovely little colourful maracas, shakers in here that my daughter brought back from Mexico. My son got me this cactus, which I love. So that's very proudly put on the table. And then I've got not real flowers in here, but I got cloth flowers in here. When I first moved in here, I painted everywhere white. Well, I had to have it replastered, so we kept a lot of the walls just bare plaster, just until you know what it is that you want. In terms of being brave, adding colour, this room it seems quite bright and colourful, but it's not as extreme as maybe some of my other rooms in my bedroom, but it's a quite nice gentle way of just introducing different colours, so mix and match with the cushions rather than getting all the cushions in one colour, and also bringing in texture. I love the fact that these cushions here have got the lovely self-coloured buttons. I bought these beautiful cushions from Graham and Green and they came as a set, 3 of them. I love the lovebirds, and again, you know, beautiful colours, but also sense of humour, and I think although this is a small room, I wasn't afraid to put this huge light in here because it actually lets out a lot of light through the gaps. So I think it's playing with scale, having an imagination when it comes to different colours, trying to be brave. Starting with a white wall can be a really good way of doing it. But I do like things that bring a certain sense of humour, tell a story, and uplift with colours. So thanks so much for watching, taking a tour through my house with ELLE UK. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope that I've inspired you to bring in some colour into your house, even if it's just one cushion, or start with a book, or even go to Mexico and get yourself a shaker. Enjoy where you live, bring some happiness, and colour will really help you with that.